Oh, Chris Brown. Had to get to Chris Brown eventually. At the time, I legitimately thought Chris Brown was going to go away and this was his last gasp. Because this was not a big hit. It, reached number 20, I think. But I heard it enough times and boy, oh boy, did I have Chris Brown material, you know? And it is a terrible song. Also, I got to rant about Chris Brown and I got to rant about Transformers at the same time. Both things I absolutely despise. So this was just like an amazing whirlwind of hatred for me. It's such an ugly song. I mean, maybe it was too pissed to be funny. I don't know. But I'm glad. And I will probably continue beating on Chris Brown as long as he sticks around. Because seriously, screw that guy. Alright. Chris Brown featuring Lil Wayne and Swizz Beatz, I Can Transform Ya.
Hey! Chris Brown's back on the pop charts. Isn't that great? I have a question. How many beautiful celebrities do you have to beat the living crap out of before it ends your career? More than one? I thought we were done with Captain McPunches a Girl over here, but apparently I was wrong, because he's back with his new song, I Can Transform Ya. Yeah, that's his big message after the whole domestic abuse thing. He can transform ya. Just like he transformed his girlfriend's face into... Look, I better get this all out of my system now, or that's just going to be the whole review. For the record, Chris Brown beat on a girl. Chris Brown beat on a girl. Chris Brown repeatedly punched a tiny 19-year-old girl in the face. Okay, to be fair, just because Chris Brown is a sorry excuse for a human being doesn't mean that his songs are bad. Although, for the record, most of his songs are pretty bad. So, what's the explanation for this? How is this jerk back at all? Well, I think we have no choice but to attribute that to the sheer hit-making power of human lizard Lil Wayne, who is also on the track. Now, you may ask, well, wait a minute, why didn't Lil Wayne shun Chris Brown like everyone else in the record industry did? Well, I can't fault him for that, because this is all part of Lil Wayne's ambitious project to collaborate with everyone in the music business anywhere. Eminem, Shakira, Fall Out Boy, Weezer, Beethoven, Moses, everyone. Still, I Can Transform Ya? I mean, that's kind of an awkward title for a song. Why did they call it that? Well, here's why. Yep, there it is. Your first hit song based entirely around Transformers.
Go, hey, lil' mama.
Yeah, I guess that's supposed to be the sound of an Autobot transforming or something. I mean, I don't know. I never really watched Transformers. But there it is. There's your song. There's your beat. That's what they based the song off of. Wah wah, wah wah. That one mechanical grinding sound. That's it. That's your beat. Wah wah. I mean, no chord changes, no melody, no notes, just some noisy percussion and one ugly sound effect repeated over and over. Wah wah. Wah wah. Wah wah. You know, maybe at the beginning of this decade, you could call it, you know, intriguingly minimalist, but now let's just call it what it is. Lazy. I mean, I can do that. I mean, let's get some drums. You throw some random noise on top of that. There's your beat. I can transform ya, I can transform ya. I mean, what is this supposed to be? Like 9 Inch Nails R&B? I mean, 9 Inch Nails did write tunes for their songs too. If you were gonna sample something for your Transformers-based song, well, why not, oh, I don't know, The Touch? Or is that too awesome to sample? Or, you know, then how about just the theme song? Or even the Linkin Park songs from the movies? You know, something other than wah wah, wah wah. You can transform a clear head into a migraine, apparently.
You from an amateur to being professional. I can have you swag surfing. What you need, you can have that. My black card, you don't decline that.
Poor Chris Brown. I mean, he's trying so hard to find a melody. I just feel bad for him. Oh, no, wait. I don't. Well, in any case, now we know what inspired the title, but what does it actually mean in context? I can transform you? Into what?
And we to transform a good girl to a freak.
Oh, okay. You make those good girls go bad. We already have a song for that. And speaking of, wasn't there once that other good girl gone bad? Oh, right. Yeah, I hope that's not who this song is for, Chris Brown. I mean, that's not really in good taste. And you know what? I'm guessing this song is not based on the cartoon show. I mean, that show ended years before Chris Brown was even born. So I gotta assume that this is all from the movies then. Well, if I can step into film criticism for just a moment here, I don't think I've ever seen a set of films more excruciating than the Transformers series.
Were you masturbating?
Okay. No, I don't masturbate. That's not something for you to bring up.
If that makes you uncomfortable, you can call it Sam's happy time or
Happy
my
time.
special alone time.
I mean, as experiences go, watching Transformers is a lot like 2.5 hours of being punched in the face. So I guess I see why Chris Brown likes them. But I am, for the record, mighty amused that a bunch of black guys made a song based on what is probably the single most racist movie since Birth of a Nation.
Up a cap in his ass, throw him in the truck, and then nobody gonna know nothing, not me.
What's cracking, little bitches?
Hey, man, I'm still a virgin.
Read? We don't really do much reading.
Not that Lil Wayne or Chris Brown are positive image setters themselves.
Transform, yeah, like a transformer.
Oh, gee! Thanks for the clarification, MC Obvious.
But I'm just getting warmed up. So tell your man he better get his Voltron up.
No! You created the flimsy premise for this song. You don't get to switch to a different 80s cartoon just because you ran out of rhymes for Transformers. I mean, there are a lot of rhymes for Care Bears, but that's not what the song is about. I will give Lil Wayne this, though. He has accurately and perfectly captured the mentality of an 8-year-old watching Transformers.
Then my car transforms to a charter. Then I transform me to a Bugatti.
And then it turns into a car, and the car turns into like a helicopter, and it's got like lasers, and it's like, and the lasers turn into machine guns, and the machine guns turn into like a boat, and it's like, excuse me. Oh, and by the way, the deeper I delved into Lil Wayne's mindset on this song, the more I realized Lil Wayne's into some weird stuff, man.
Cause her form puts me in a trance. I transform smaller and she puts me in her pants.
Yeah, I'm not even touching that one. And that's not even the weirdest line in the song.
And she gon' transform like Optimus Prime.
Okay, see, what I got out of that is that Lil Wayne is turned on by women he can compare to 100-foot tall alien death robots. And then there's this.
I transform her to a Ducati.
I'm usually not a buzzkill, and I try not to complain about women being treated as objects, but there is a line to be drawn. And that line is when you start fantasizing about a woman who's actually, literally, a motorcycle. But of course, Lil Wayne redeems this song's materialism and misogyny with his amazing charisma and wordplay and blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't really get Lil Wayne, alright? He's okay. I don't find him as interesting as everyone keeps saying I'm supposed to. I mean, let's face it. This is a Repulsive song. It's ugly to listen to, and its message is awful. It's saying, hey girl, I buy you stuff and you become my prostitute. I'll buy you cars. I'll buy you jewelry. I'll buy you top-notch medical care after I wail on you. Yeah, I know, I totally failed to not make this review all about Chris Brown being a worthless human being. But you know what? As much as I dislike Chris Brown, I don't blame him for this song. I blame you. Chris Brown doesn't choose which of his songs become popular. I know he tried to release a bunch of simpering apology songs, but no, you didn't want to hear Chris Brown say he's sorry, did you? No, you wanted to hear Chris Brown tell you that he'd buy you things and you'd be his sex slave. And that doesn't say good things about Chris Brown, but it says some really questionable things about you. I hate this song. This song just makes me feel dirty listening to it. I can only think of one way to describe how I feel listening to this song. It makes me feel like a giant alien robot is urinating on me. Yeah, like that. Good night. Wah wah.